Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I'm your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm delighted to welcome a very accomplished entrepreneur from Portugal, Patrícia Santos. Patrícia, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Patrícia is the co-founder and chairwoman of Zome, which is a real estate business. She's also the Portugal country chair of the G100 Women Leaders in Wing Leadership and Entrepreneurial Education. So, Patrícia, before we talk about Zome, tell me about your own journey and what got you interested in real estate.
Yeah, okay. First of all, thank you for inviting me to be here. It's a pleasure. And well, talking about my journey, I used to joke about it because I had several lives. However, I'm only 48 years old. My journey and my career, I have several different careers.
Absolutely.
So starting from the the beginning, since I was a teenager, I was already helping my parents. They had a business that no longer exists today. That was where you could rent all the videos, the films.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a business that is already gone with the innovation and with the streaming. But my vein for entrepreneurship started earlier at this age, because if I want to go on vacation with my friends, I need to earn my money so that I could do my own things.
Mm-hmm.
So later, I decided that I wanted to be an engineer. I love mathematics and physics, so that's what I went through. And even in the college, as I was very afraid to speak in public,
Mm-hmm.
I decided on my fourth year to take a training, train the trainers, so that I could overcome this fear that I have of public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to give training because it was not just doing the training, I needed to put it in practice. So I started giving training on health and safety.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I started my career on that field, being an health and safety coordinator on the civil construction. Later, I moved on for telecommunications. Later, I moved on for wind farms. So I was the health and safety coordinator for the construction of wind farms in Portugal. And when I was a mother for the first time, I decided that I wanted more for my career.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be the project manager, not just the health and safety coordinator. I wanted to be the project manager.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a big challenge because it was difficult without any experience for someone to believe that I could be a project manager, because I was not even a civil engineer. I'm an engineer in industrial management. So it was a big challenge to overcome and to be able to have this position.
Mm.
So finally, I got the position, and it was a very challenge project that I went through, because it was very delayed. So as a junior project manager, it was a big challenge with this big project that was very delayed with a lot of issues.
Let's go straight to Zome. What took you to Zome, and from being an engineer, what was the interest in real estate, and what is the story behind the name Zome?
Well, as you can see, I have moved on a lot from the country and also outside the country. So it was a rubber chicken that made me think about the real estate. When I moved to Lisbon, I was in Lisbon working on the telecommunications. I needed to sell my house in Braga.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I decided to return to Braga. So when I returned to Braga, I talked with a real estate agent that sold my house in Braga, because he knew exactly what I wanted. And when we first met at the coffee, he put this rubber chicken on the table, and I asked him, why are you putting this on the table? Oh, this was the toy that you forget. It was the dog of the toy of my dog that you forgot on your house when you sold it.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep this for these. So many years. It was 4 years that he kept the rubber chicken. Yes, so that I can give to you when I was with you again. So this was a magic moment where I realized that real estate was not just about selling houses. It was about this connection, this caring about other people, not just because it was a client, but it was a person. So connected with my vein of entrepreneur, it was something that I already desired for a long time, having my own business. So this was the point where I want to have a business on this area. And that's where we started in 2006. We founded a company, not yet Zome. We started on real estate as a franchisee of other brand. And we co-founded a company with 2 other persons, my husband and a friend. And so we started our journey on real estate. Later on, 2019, after a long time on real estate and having the sense that we think differently, we feel different, and we do the things in a different way, that's why where we decided that, okay, we are going to create our own brand and do the things as we believe that they should be done.
And what were some of the biggest challenges you faced while establishing Zome, and how did you overcome these?
Yeah, well, we faced a lot of challenges because we had already an operation running, and we were before in brands that were very known in Portugal. So having already a team of almost 500 people, and just tell them that we are going to launch a new brand that no one knows, it was a big challenge. To be able to inspire all these people to believe in this project and don't leave us, because this is an area where the connection, the real estate agents, they are not our employees. They work with, they are contractors. So it's very easy for them to move to other companies. So the way we overcome this challenge was with a very clear communication, facing all the fears that the people have about this change, and having a clear vision and inspire them with the vision that we had about what is going to be the future and what we want for Zome and why we are doing this. So I would say that the big secret or the key to overcome all this challenge was this real clear communication, the proximity to the persons, and being clear on what we wanted and our vision.
Well said. And Zome is known for its innovative approach. And you finalized a property deed in Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Tell me a little more about this, and what was the motivation to use Bitcoins?
Well, it's an ecosystem, Web3. It's an ecosystem where we have a lot to flourish. So we thought, why not? I think that that is always the question. In every innovation that we do is why not? So let's give it a try. And here in Portugal, well, all over the world, but in Portugal is we have a very big community of crypto investors. So we saw the opportunity that this is a way that they can exchange crypto actives by real world assets. So let's see what it needs to be done to make it possible. It was a long way because of the regulation. So we worked together with the notary in order to be able to be possible in a legal way and make this deed where the transfer, where the exchange was made. So the property was exchanged by almost 3 Bitcoins at that time. And that's how we made it the first deed in Bitcoin.
And, as a leader in the real estate sector, Patricia, how do you maintain a balance between innovation and the human aspect of client relationships?
Yeah, well, that is a very good question, because the way we see innovation and the way we see technology is that they must be placed in serving people. So the way we see technology is not to replace the humans, is in order to make it more efficient. Looking at our process, we always try to look for where can we improve our process and where can technology make it better, make it easier, and make it convenient. Not just for our internal clients that are our franchisees and our real estate agents, but also for the client, the final client, which is the one that buys and sells the properties.
Right.
So we have other innovation that is the Zome Now, where you can buy the property online, and that was also an innovation that people ask, but who is going to put the house in a basket? So you can go to the site and like an e-commerce where you choose where you want to buy and you put in a basket and then you buy it. Everyone was telling us, oh, but who is going to put a house in a basket? Okay, so why not? Let's give it a try. Right. And when it was the COVID, we also launched this because it's very convenient for the client. So I think the balance is this, that we don't use technology to replace people. We use technology in order to give people more time to be able to invest in what is really a differentiation today, that is the relationship with the client, and really know what are the client's needs so that we can serve him better.
Very well said. And Patricia, what are some of the unique challenges women face in the real estate sector, and how is Zome addressing these challenges?
Yeah, well, in fact, I would say that in real estate, if we talk about construction, I would say that there are some challenges, and I was previously on that field, and there are some challenges indeed. But on real estate, I don't think that the challenges are that big. And we are a company, for example, that we have 52% of women in the company, and in leading positions, we have almost 50%. So it's quite balanced. The way we address, I'm not going to say we do anything special. No, I think it's the way we think that we don't see any difference. For us, the talent doesn't have a gender. So we don't discriminate either for gender or for the age. We have people working with us since the 20s to the 80s. So we have a lot of diversity. And I think that this comes from our values, because for us, people is people, independently of the gender, of the age, of the race. So I think this is the approach. You don't need to have specific politics and codes and so ever. I think that if you really believe that there is no difference, I think it's natural that you have an organization where everything is balanced. So I would say that challenge on this field for women as well as for men in Portugal is not that critical. In US, there are some issues on security, but I would say that yes, security it's an issue. But for both genders, maybe women are a little bit more exposed, but I think it's
well said.
It's not a gender thing.
Very well said. And what role does technology play in your operations, and how do you see it evolving over the next few years?
Yeah, well, technology plays a big role. Two of our pillars, it's the technology and the training. It's where we believe developing people, it's crucial for us. And technology, it's also very important. As I said, we look on the process and we see where can we improve and where can we make it more convenient. So our technology is developed in-house. So we have a technology team, and we subcontract some programmers to develop the technology itself. But the design and the architecture is thinking by our team, because we want to have our own systems, like the CRM, like for managing all the business, to have everything in one platform. We don't want our agents and our franchises to need to use several different tools to manage the business. So our Zome Action platform gives them everything they need to operate the business and to manage the business, to have some reports on how the business is going, what is the profit of the business. So This is a main role for us, the technology, to automatize everything that is possible to be automated, so that, again, people can be focused on it really what matters, that critical thinking and thinking about the business and how to make it grow and how to make it better.
Very interesting. And, a few minutes back, we spoke about how you actually managed to use Bitcoins for a property deed. My question to you, Patricia, is how do you envision the future of the real estate market, particularly when it comes to blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, well, I would separate the two things: the technology, the blockchain, and the cryptocurrency. I think that in regards to the cryptocurrency, it's already common that we see tradings or exchanges being done with the cryptocurrency, and I think that there is no doubt that it's going to evolve and getting bigger. But when it comes to technology, I think that there is a huge potential that is not being seen yet, because most of the people always concentrate on the cryptocurrency and not on the technology behind. So the way I see and the future I envision and I would like to see is that at some point the real estate will be possible to represent as a token. So it's already possible in Europe to tokenize real estate assets, not the real estate property itself, but an investment fund, for example. And this is going to be a big change on capital markets, because it's going to be possible to democratize the access to the investment, that nowadays investing on real estate is not accessible to everyone. So with this technology and with this way of operating on this pilot regime on DLT, it's going to be more easy to invest on real estate. But what I see in future is that all the properties will be represented as a token. And if we start even on the construction site, having all this ecosystem connected through the blockchain, I think it's going to be easier for everyone. All the process that is, there is a lot of paperwork when you need to issue a license for construction, when you need to issue the license for be able to do the deed. So there is a lot of legal paperwork, and if we implement this kind of technology, everything is going to be much more easier and much more faster. So I think that in future we will have an identity card for each property where you can see all the history of the house.
Yeah, amazing. Patricia, Zome has also been recognized as one of the best companies to work for. What measures do you take to maintain a positive work environment?
Yeah. Well, I would say again that one of the big keys is being centered on the persons. Our philosophy is that we develop our real estate agents and also our staff so that they can develop their own business. We don't call a real estate agency because the way we see it is that we are a startup incubator. All our real estate agents, they are entrepreneurs, they are starting their own business. So the way we see is that what we are giving them is this environment and creating these synergies so that they can become successful entrepreneurs, because they can have access to all the different services, the legal, the marketing, a business coach for helping them to develop their business. So I think that this is caring about people and helping them to establish their goals. It's about what is important to them. It's not what is important to me. So I think that this creates make them not wanting to leave the company. And of course that we have also a lot of benefits and a lot of recognition when they achieve some of the standards. But I think that the most important is not about the prizes and the awards they receive. I think it's more about the connection and the relationship that we establish with them, and truly wanted to help them to be a better person, a better professional, is what makes us the best company to work in Portugal.
Yes. So I have time for two more questions. What initiatives has Zome implemented to promote sustainability in the real estate sector?
Well, sustainability, I would say technology, as we don't construct, we only do the brokerage on buying and selling. I would say that for sustainability, regardless of environment, technology is a fundamental thing, because we digitalize almost all the processes. So we avoid using paper in any of these process. So the client can submit all the documentation through a link, so that we don't need to use the paper. But I think that when we talk about sustainability, it's not just about the environment. I think that social sustainability, it's a very important issue. And the way we address it is through reskilling and upskilling the persons. As I said to you, we have people working with us since the 20s to the 80s. So we receive a lot of people on their 45, 50 years old that they want to change, make a change on their career. And it's very difficult on the normal market, on the traditional employee market, to see these persons at this age as a talent, because they think that they are almost ending their career, and we see a lot of potential. So what we do is that we reskill and upskill this talent, taking the advantage of their experience and their soft skills, and training them on the hard skills that they need to know about this business to become a successful person on this new career. So I think this is also a very important item on sustainability that is not just environment.
Absolutely. And my last question for you, when I was reading about you and preparing for my conversation, I was fascinated to read that, you said that you would choose a dolphin to represent yourself. How do you incorporate the qualities of a dolphin, which is living in a community and being playful, when you talk about your leadership?
Yeah, that's exactly how I see myself. Is dolphin, first of all, because I love dolphins. But what I see in them is that they have a big strength. However, they are very kind. So, and that's the way I see myself. I love to be kind. I love to help people. But I'm very strong when I'm decided that I want something. There is nothing that can stop me of getting that thing, but in the right way. So I don't give up on anything. I always fight for what I want. So is this strength that I'm talking about, and I think that this also inspires other people, because I overcome all the challenges, and every time I see a challenge, and if I see that, okay, I'm not good at this, I don't give up. I don't go around. If I'm not mastering this, then what do I need to do to master this in order to be better at this? So I don't run away from things. I face them in front, and I think to myself, okay, what do you need to improve in yourself? And I think that it comes from the inside. What you need to be better as a person on your skills, so that you can do this in a better way. So is this kind of strength that I think that inspires other people, and I love living in community and helping others. It's one of my purposes. One of the things that makes me very happy is the power of changing others' lives. It's what makes me move.
Wonderful. And on that note, Patricia, I just want to say thank you so much for speaking to me about your own amazing journey. You had such a diverse career, and you finally found your calling in real estate. Thank you for talking to me about Zome. Clearly, it seems to be a very exciting real estate company. And what I was fascinated about was how you're using next-gen currencies like Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies to be able to blend them with real estate. I also loved your comments on how blockchain technology can actually, be used over a period of time to give the full history of the property that is being bought or sold. Thank you for speaking to me, and all the very best to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Brand Called You.